cleanup is the only thing that matters. I'm not saying the good roofing doesn't matter, but what I am saying is that if you don't do a good job cleaning, then how can a customer know that we did a good job on your roof, right? And so we focus heavily on cleaning. So this whole property was ripped and prepped in 2 days, and everything was tarped. So this whole property, we put tarps around the whole property everywhere. This might seem like common sense, but it's actually not, right? Currently, the building market has really slowed down. And so there's a lot of roofing companies out there who used to service the new construction community. And not that there's anything wrong with new construction, it just doesn't necessarily warrant having tarps everywhere because you're on, dirt, right? And so what we have, and this property is actually kind of neat, is they got a bunch of, these are like race car drivers. So they have all these kind of cool race cars and they want to make sure they take care of them, right? We do not want to be paying for any nails and any tires. So that's why we got the guys doing the magnet rakes on the whole property. Now there's no reason why a nail should be that far, but we still want to check, right? Because if we don't take care of the cleanliness and then all of a sudden they pull that truck out or that truck out and they pick up a nail because they got to go through that gate and on this grass, we're going to feel terrible. It's not going to matter how good a job we did on the roof because all they care about is 3 months later, they found a nail in the tire of their vehicle and they're going to forget that the roof is leak free. It's absolutely important that the roof is done right. We take a lot of pride in doing good roofing, but it doesn't matter if the roof isn't done right. How cool is that little thing right there? That's nice. But come up here, want to check. They're getting the deck refinished. Thank goodness they didn't do it before we got here, right? But still, make sure everything is completely free of any nails, right? And these rock beds are a nuisance, and that's why tarps are so important. So before we come to do a job, we actually do a pre-site check where we go through and establish everything that we're going to need so that when we show up, we have it, and we're not going to have to cut corners and take shortcuts. Because look at all these tires. I do not want to be replacing nails or replacing any of these tires. These folks love their tires. But so even though we pick up all the nails or tarp everything, we still go through and check with the magnet rake. So this is a magnet rake right here. There's a big magnet in there, and that actually picks up all of our nails. But then we still have to do a final inspection because we want to make sure we've got all of our packing materials, all of our all the plastic bags from the wrappers. But even this, see how easy they are to hide under things? Right here. Okay. There's another one. You know what I call these? Career killers, right? These will kill your career in the roofing. Oh, look, see, I even missed one right there. See how easy they are to miss? It's super simple. And yet, you find 10 of these, right? And look how easy those were to miss. I didn't even see them when I was looking right at it. If you don't, that's actually the old roof, right? Look at the short nails. Those nails don't hold in. Shingles is good when they're shorter. But you look at, when people find those things 3 years down the road, they're pissed. They wish they didn't hire us. And that is the last position I want a customer to be in. Eat. See, here's another one. Career killers. Right there, those little bitty. Those nails are the ones that people put in by hand, right? They hammer them in with hammers, not the air guns, and they're shorter, right? But cleanliness is such an important part of the culture here, and that's how we have everybody running around like ants for 2 hours, crawling all over the entire property, trying to make sure that we catch everything. Look at the big crew. So all these guys here, we're all doing the cleanup, right? New hire right there. But we got all these guys with buckets, and the whole idea is everybody gets on their hands and knees if they have to, but go around and do the final cleanup to make sure that we catch everything, because we want all the nails right here in the bucket. And then we even have to check back here, because look what happens. The nails fall into here, and then they fall in the driveway after we leave. These are little details that we can teach and train on to make sure that when we're gone, they're not going to have any problems. The other thing that a lot of guys won't catch, see all that siding up there? So when you walk around and move around, right? See all those wash marks? So you can see kind of where we touched it, right? As guys are walking around those corners, they touch them with their hands, right? They got these, they got their gloves on, right? And then they get the grease marks all over the siding. Well, we got to get that cleaned off too. And so we take that little bit extra time. That's the great thing about having these workers, that we can control every bit of their work product, is so that we can control everything that they do. And if they don't do it right, then we feed them to the dog, right, Danos? The bad roofers, the bad cleaners. you get to eat them, right? Yeah, but now look, beautiful home. And the reason that we got this roof is because who remembers that big steep one over there? We had the drone videos, right? That one we did. And so now we're doing this one, and we'll just keep working our way down the block, God willing, as long as we do a good job. So cleaning is the most important factor. Look at that. We want them running around like just all over the place. Magnet receipt. Now look at all the nails they pick up after they take away the dump trailer, right? So you see they're finding more stuff. It truly, truly, truly never ever is good enough until we're so positive that we can give you a guarantee that we will pay for a nail in your tire if you get a nail in your tire in the first month after us doing your roof. That's the guarantee that we provide our customers. We only take on that dare because we have the crew doing the policies and procedures that we personally think are going to be best for getting you guys the result you're looking for, which is a good roof, but also your property looking like we were never here. So Joe, of course, doesn't do any work. He's just petting the dog.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, not even a scratch on those new pants. Hey,
what
look
are you talking about?
Oh, okay, maybe he still does some work, right? Thanos is still the best woofer here, though. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.